we can relate on. I think it's important as I am going through, I edit the podcast myself. I re-listen to the podcast as I'm editing it. I take nuggets away from myself. As I went back and I was listening to the podcast, one thing that really stood out that we discussed is being willing to say yes. Being willing to say yes when you don't necessarily know exactly what the outcome will exactly look like. Being willing to say yes when you're nervous. Being willing to say yes when you have some fear or some anxiety. It's important to allow yourself to try new things, take on new opportunities and experiences, really giving yourself the chance to see what is possible, what you're capable of. I personally am going through a journey. I'm going through a journey where I have been asked, talked to about, encouraged to take on something new. And initially, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take this on. As I've sat with it and I've recognized my skills, my qualities, my passion, my heart, what I truly have the ability to bring to the table, I have sought my life board of directors. If you don't have this, please consider. There are people that I have in my life that I very much respect, that I feel truly know me, who I ask for guidance and ask for their opinions and their feedback. And they have all encouraged me to say, yeah, they support me in taking this step. So, and I've prayed about it, and I'm just like, okay, is this something that I'm supposed to take on at this phase of my life? And I don't know exactly what that path is going to look like, but I'm willing to say yes. So I encourage you. There is something that's been in the back of your mind, something that you're considering, something you've been thinking about, to say, I think that's something I can do. I think that's something I can take on. If you have the time, the space, the capacity, the willingness, I challenge you to bet on yourself. I challenge you to be willing to say yes, even if you're feeling a little nervous about it. If you don't really know what that yes is going to become or turn out to be, position yourself for the opportunity. What you need to get out of that, what you need to experience, that will come next. You got to position yourself to be in the room and even in order to see what can potentially come next. I appreciated that little nugget from this last week's episode. If you have not yet watched the full episode, please, I encourage you to go back and watch it. There were so many nuggets in there of wisdom that you can take away. But I just want to say thank you again to Miss Tarnisha for being my first guest on the podcast. I thank you for those who have already watched it. I've gotten really great feedback. I encourage those who have not watched it yet to go back and watch the last episode. There's a link somewhere in my bio. I'll put it in the description down below. I encourage you, yes, be willing to be open to whatever life has next for you. You have to position yourself for the opportunity. That's my little nugget, my little feedback. I will try to do more of these after podcast posts just to give you my little nuggets of wisdom that I've taken away. I appreciate you for popping into behind the scenes of my office. I will see you next time. Bye.